Hello, this is Funny Bones from 3dmm.com, aka 3D Movie Maker, and this is just a quick tutorial on how to get started with 3dmoviemaker.com. Now, this is, say if you're new to 3dmoviemaker.com and you don't know what it is, well, I'm going to show you all that right now. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the 3D Movie Maker site. As you can see, wow, it's cool, isn't it? There's the people who are online now. You see, that's me there. I'm online right now, as it says so there. There's the other people who are online. What's going on? The newest members there, you see? That's where you registered for the first time. Cool. So anyway, when you go on 3DMM, when you type this in, 3DMM in Google or any other browser, you want to click this here, okay? You want to click the top link here, okay? And it takes you to this page here, which is this page, you know what I mean? This page here. So, let me show you the things on this page. There's movies, reviews, awards, mods. That's the main menu. That's the home. You know, that's where you go home. See, that's the main menu. About, status, upload, and links. And all these I'll show you in a minute. Now, this is going to be a quick video, so I'm going to do it right now. Now, the movies page is where sorry, let me start again. The movies page, here in the movies page, you go here to watch other people's 3DMM movies, or what they created, or watch your own, and give it good reviews, and give it comments, and rate the film, and download them if you want. And by the way, to post your own V3DMM or 3D Movie Maker movies you post up, click this button here to post up a new movie, and your movie will appear here. And from there, you can post up the movie too. Like, you can choose what the category is going to be called, like if it's unfinished, an animation, a preview, or a movie of it. Type the title, the description, the message, so what you've been doing. Add the screenshot of your movie. What kind is it? Like, is it an action film, crime and gangster, drama, fantasy, horror, a musical, or war western? When it was released? Which platform will it work on? But normally I put Windows XP because Windows XP, because it's like new computers, but I'm on Windows 7, so yeah, that says the same too. Runtime, you can put how many minutes it is. What is your production company? And by the way, if you don't have a production company, you can make up your own, okay? Mine is Funny Bones Productions, because that was, a production I made up. How big is the file? What requirements do I have to use for this movie? Like, you can tick these boxes if you want to. Tick these boxes, like all of them, if you used all those packs in your movies. And here are the download mirrors. Just copy and paste the link in here and what website is by. And then you click submit new thread. And your movie will be posted on here right away so that people can watch it. Down here, the additional options, you press these buttons. If you have a signature, you tick this box here, and it'll always show your signature. Automatically phrase links in text. Well, I don't know much about it, so just leave it as it is. Disable smileys in text. Just leave it. Leave it like that, because you don't. If you want smileys in like these, you won't be able to see what other people are using. And the notification type, just leave it as it is. Do not touch it. I don't know what it means, but just leave it. So yeah. So that's the movies page. That's where you can watch movies like say if I wanted to watch The Snowman by George Films, this is a very old film. There's a YouTube video taken by Super Cat Yukos, thanks Yukos. There's the download of it by Phil Williamson, he's a nice guy, thanks Phil. And that's where it was from, you know. And there's George Films, you know, there's what he's made. And you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the movies page where you download and watch movies and post up your own movies. The reviews is where you leave. Now, if you heard of Rotten Tomatoes, it's a movie review site. That's where you leave your own movie. That's where you give your expert opinion on films, such as like, what did you think of the movie, or what, you know, how good was it? You create a new review by clicking this button, and you see what it's all about. You know what I mean? It gives you what you want to do. And you know, oh sorry, I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click that button. I pressed it by accident. But you know what I mean. Someone did that to my movie once, but I'm not going to show you that. Now, hold on a minute. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just eating my Twizzler lollies. It's pudding I always have. Sorry, anyway, you don't want to know that. So anyway, the awards is where you go to vote. It says here, voting is now closed. Stay tuned for the video. Will be announced. Well, that was ages ago. And you see, 82 people have voted. I wasn't on there at the time because I registered in 2009. But that was the 3DMM.com Awards 2008. They don't do that anymore. Mods is models. This is where you can download this is where you can download other people's models, like me. This is where you can download other people's models, like what they made, and use them into V3D Movie Maker. Now, V3D Movie Maker is virtual 3D Movie Maker, and you have to have 3D Movie Maker to get it. You can get that in the Get Started with 3DMM expansion pack. You know. Sorry. And again, if you want to post, if you made a model and you want to post it up, you click this button here. You know, if it's an actor, prop, scene, 3D word, texture, or an expansion pack, you put whatever's there, what it's called, the description about it, the message, the picture, what it is, a VDMN expansion, the file in megabytes, and the download link. And I made a couple of mods once. I made of my own an expansion pack. There's a model I made of the dwarf. Pretty nice, isn't it? It's a nice dwarf. And there's the expansion pack of the Muglets expansion pack. That's the expansion pack of the Muglets. Very cool, isn't it? Lovely. And the rest of the mods are actors and stuff too, which all look pretty cool. So yeah, that's the models page. That's where you download models for your movie. Now, this is where you can learn more about 3DMM by clicking this. What is 3DMM, if you might ask? It tells you what is 3D Movie Maker. You can read about it on Wikipedia about it. You can see the preview of the screenshots. That's how the 3DMM site was. Oh yeah, 3DMM.com opened in 1999. Did you know that? It opened in 1999. That's what it was. There's 1998. And there's 2002. There it is there. That's what it was in 2002. Now the status is, well, 3DMM.com status. This is where you learn about the status. Like, there's the status of the top movies, the top reviews, the top modifications, like models, new threads are posted up, most active threads, new posts, active users, like people like last activity, what they've done, the banned users, who's been banned, and spammers, you know. Now, Now, if you're a spammer, say if you're a spammer and you spam, you will be banned. Whoever's banned you, like Phil Williamson. Although you'll be still on the 3DMO site, but you still will be banned. I don't know what you do when you're banned, but I think you'll be banned if you're a spammer or a spam bot. But I'm not a spam bot, I'm not a hacker, not anything like that. I'm just born to make movies. So yeah, so please do not ban yourselves, people, if you're spammers. Because some people are like on here just because they like to post adverts and stuff about TV shows or something like that. IMP accounts, so be careful what you do. Because if this is your first time, you should read the site rules, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So yeah, that's the ban users. The users' ages, this is how old the users are, because they put their users' ages. And you'll notice that you see there's someone who's 1 year old. You're thinking, is that really real? Well, no, that isn't really real. That's just someone pretending to be 1 year old. They always lie, these strangers, so be careful. Because sometimes they lie. There's the oldest users. It tells you how old they are there. The youngest users. See, there's someone who's won. Tunahim Matona. And there's the Donald Trump avatar. And I don't know if that's really him, but ignore that. Now, Tunahim Matona, it says here, date of birth, September 2, 2014. I don't think that's right. I'm sure he's older, as you can see. I don't think he's really 1 year old. I mean, he's just saying that because he's stupid. He's just saying that because he wants to think everyone he's young. I mean, to be honest, I've never seen a baby register 3DMM before, but he's joking. He's a bit of a teaser. That's what people on here do. They tease a lot, so please just ignore them. It doesn't mean anything. So yeah, that's what these people do. They give out their ages, but you don't have to give out your age. I haven't given out my age, so I keep it private. Now for the new users' nationalities, which is the country flags you live. Now for example, I live in UK and Wales because that's my country. I was born in Wales. I live in the UK, so there is no Wales flag, but there is the United Kingdom flag, which is the same because that's London and stuff. And I'll tell you how to get that in a minute. You see, there's all the countries that you're from. Now, if you live in California, that's United States, so it's the same thing. So, yeah, but this is a USA site, so people registered from the USA site because this was a USA site. Well, I don't think it was, but I think people from the USA, because it is a USA site. Honest, it was. Okay, sorry about that. My dad came in the room and talked to me then. So anyway, as I was saying, this is the users' nationalities. So if you're from California, you put USA, and if you're from London, you put United Kingdom, and so on, so on, so on. But you know what I mean. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So yeah, that's the status. The uploader is... Well, it doesn't say I have permission to view it, but the uploader is just where you upload your... Same thing really, your movies and mods to a site to share to people, as long as it's a 3D Movie Maker movie. It used to be up, but now it's down. The links is where you can post up a new link here. I wasn't going to post it, sorry. That's where you post up your new link and tell it what's it about. Sorry, excuse me. There's 28 of them, as you can see. Now, some don't work, okay? They have a link for YouTube. So, as you can see here, there's YouTube. There's movies here. See? What do you think of that? Lovely, isn't it? So, that's where you go to view them. They sometimes put uploaders on here, like Travis Wells' uploader, like this one. I recommend that for posting up your mods and movies, but sometimes they don't work, but, you know, I use Mediafire and something else. And 3DMM Studio is a cool place. It's run by Tom Breed or Will Cheney, whatever that is, I don't know. And that's where you go to get utilities and more movies and stuff like that for 3DMM. So yeah, it's cool. Pretty cool indeed. I love it. When I say I love it, it's good. And yeah, that site's down. It used to be up, but now it's down. Bill Nixon's site, yeah, it was down. So yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, so that's the links. You can post up any links here, like Google Plus and stuff like that, but only for 3DMM people. So yeah, that's links. So yeah, now you know what everything is up here. I'll tell you what these are. Now the user CP, which means user control panel. That's where you go to edit your profile and stuff when you've registered. If you want to edit your signature, you click here. And there's my signature, and you can upload your signature to tinypic.com. That's where I always do it. See, it says it there. And you can upload your signature, what you made, and put it and paste the link in here. Click save signature, and there is your new signature. You can edit your email and password here. That's my email address, so don't ignore that. So ignore that. You can edit your profile by here. You can click edit email and password here. It just takes you to the same place where I showed you email and password. Now, date of birth, I don't normally put my date of birth because that's stranger danger, so I don't do that. So if you're a kid, it might not be wise to put your date of birth and age, how old you are and where you live. So please don't do that. I recommend doing it for older people, like grown-ups, but not anybody like, kids, because you don't want to get hurt. So be careful. You can put your own home page where you're from. Say if you registered another home page, you can put it here. You could put your Yahoo email address here, Skype username, and MSN Messenger if you want to. Now, I don't normally do all these. I don't normally put biography, where do I live, in my hobbies and your job, because I don't have any jobs. I was usually a schoolboy back then, but I don't have anything. Again, it's all stranger danger, so I leave that untouched. And this is where you change your flag, which is your nationality flag, or you click, or you what flag you represent. Now, because I live in United Kingdom and Wales, because I live in the UK and Wales, that is United Kingdom. So I'm from United Kingdom. So that's the nationality flag. But again, if you live in California or USA, you put the USA flag. Or if you're not in anything like that, you just put any flag you're from. They're all there anyway. And then you click Save Changes, and there is your flag. So yeah, that's the edit profile. The edit options. Now, login and privacy. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, this here you're seeing, use invincible mode. You can turn that on if you want. Now, I just leave it untouched because I don't use invisible mode, because it's only there for, people who like to do it. It tells you what is there, you see? So, say if you see my username, say if you see, look, I'll show you. Now, you see my username here, right? Funny Bones. That means I'm online. You see I'm online now. But, say if it wasn't there, now, say if it wasn't there, and I click this button, it won't be there at all, because it's invisible. It thinks I'm offline. It's like, people do that. It's like you can't see anybody. It thinks they're online, but it thinks they're offline, but they are online. It's just, they don't want to see you because they don't want to be disturbed. So I just leave these two untouched because I don't bother with them, because I want to be online to let people know. And I don't know much about the video card, V card, because I don't do that. Now for the messaging and notification. Now, I suggest if your kids or not kids or grown-ups, you should click receive emails from the administrators, because the administrator on this site is Space Goat, and as you know, he is a good administrator. So you want to leave that tip, because if you don't, then you won't know what he's saying. Leave that as it is. Don't touch it because I want it on there. So this here, not really important because it's only for subscribe threads, but yeah, but I don't normally subscribe to threads, so just leave it there. Don't touch it. Private messaging, just if you can have private messaging on if you don't, you can have private messaging on if you want or not. But I normally have it on because if people want to send me messages, that's fine. You don't click this button because I don't know what it means, you know. It says so there, but I don't want to do that. Show new private message in the pop-up. Now, when you see new private messages come up, you'll see it like come up. You received a new private message as a pop-up. So leave that on if you want to be alerted. Now for the thread display options. Now you see here, show signature, avatar, and showed images, including what you attached in the link. Now, if you untick those, they won't work. Like if you don't want to show your signature to anyone, you can do that. But I recommend leaving it on. So if you have a signature, you can tick that button to every time you post a post, you can, show your signature always and your avatars every time you post comments in that. So yeah, but you need to read more about it. It says so there. These free stuff here I don't normally do, so just leave it as it is. Just leave it as it is, or you can get help from this page here. It tells you about it. I don't know much about this really, so yeah. Now for the date and time. This is the time zone. It tells you like where you're from. Now, I live in the UK and Wales, right? And I set the time to UK time, which is London. And yeah, it's daylight savings time. So you know, so whenever it changes, it changes. So yeah. Now, if you live in California, UK, it does say it on there. You just scroll. It says Hawaii, Alaska, Pacific time, US, Canada. You could set anything. But say if you live in California and you want to, you can click it. But whatever's there, and whatever's there where you live in, click it, and then click Save Changes. And leave that the same. Because if you don't leave that the same, the daylight savings time won't change. And the start of the week, well, leave it to Sunday, because Sunday is the start of the week. And I don't normally do the miscellaneous options, so you just leave that as it is. But you can change the form skin, you know, like the theme if you want to, but I'd leave it as default because it's best. And then you save changes. Okay, next up is this. Now this is where you can post your own avatar to the site. If you have an avatar, that is. You click Browse. It says here you can upload an avatar from your computer by clicking this button, and then click Open, and then click Save Changes. Then click Save Changes, and your avatar will appear here. And if you want to get rid of it, you just click this button. And the profile picture is the same, except it's much bigger. It's not animated or anything else. So it's the same really. But yeah. So yeah, it's like the signature. So anyway, that's the settings. Now for the private messages. Now, when you usually go on 3DMM, sometimes you get private messages from other people, and you can see pop-ups about it. Now, private messages are usually stored here in the private messages. You click this, and there's all your private messages about yesterday, and to view them, you can just click on them like this. You can delete them if you want to by clicking this box, or if you don't want to, leave them. To send a new private message, you click here, and you put the user's name here, who you want to send a private message to, and what the title is about, and what you want. And you put what you want here. And the miscellaneous options, I leave this as default, because I want to save it, I want to show my signature, I want to leave these on the same, because it's great, because I don't want to change it. Now to track I have no chat messages. I don't know what chat messages is, but you know, that's message tracking. I don't do that. Edit folders, I don't edit folders, so move on. I don't edit folders. Now subscribe threads, I don't do subscribe threads. I don't do any of these, so you just move on. Now as for the miscellaneous, like event reminders, I don't do that. Buddy ignore lists, I'd never do that. And the attachments is what you upload. Like if you want to upload a picture of your mod or a screenshot of your movie, this is it. And this is where all the pictures go. See, there you go, there's my Ninja. And they're all stored here. And to get rid of them, you can. By clicking that, you can delete them. So yeah, that's the user's control panel. Now for the site rules. Now, if you're new to 3DMM, you must always read the site rules first, because if you don't, you won't know what's what. You won't know what is what. You can read what to do here, you know. Now, please read all this, because if you don't know what's what, then you should check with your parents, okay? It says so, warning, temporary ban. So, say if you're posting up things like key gens or something, you could get banned for that, so I wouldn't suggest doing that. I got blamed for it once, but you know, I don't want to do that. So you should read the site rules. It tells you what to do. I don't normally read them, but I know what everything means anyway. Now the FAQ is, I don't know what the FAQ is. I have no idea, but I never use it. The members list is the list of all the members who joined on 3dmm.com and registered. See, there they all are. That's the A. There's Aaron Haynes there. That's when they registered. Like they registered on there. That's their avatar pictures. That's posts. Join date. Username. You know what I mean. Now, to look at new posts, you click here and you can see the new posts that people have done. To view them, you just click on the post. And if you want to search, you click this button here to search the forums, like whatever you want. And quick links are a good idea to get to the links. You can look at today's posts. You can look at Mark Forms Read. I don't know what that means. You can open the buddy list. Again, I don't know what that means. You can edit the signature, edit the profile, edit the options, go to the private messages that way, subscribe threads. You can go to your profile. This is my profile. This is, now your own is going to be different to mine, you know. It's like, it tells you you're a junior member, what you just done now. That's where your home page is. You can see, oh yeah, to send a new private message on any profile, you click this button here to send a new private message. And the username will be there automatically. And these are quick links. It shows you where the nationality is here. United Kingdom, there. And there's what I made. There's all my movies I made. And there's all the mods I made. Pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah, and who's online? That's where you're like being nosy. I used to do that a lot, to be honest. I used to look at who's online. You can see some guests here. You can see what's going on, but you can only do that if you're registered the site who's online. Guests can't do that because you have to register. And if you want to log out your account, you click this button and you log out. Okay? And to log back in, you just log back into, you know, here, put your username, password, and click remember me. So hold on. So yeah, you know what I mean. Just like that. So yeah, that's what these do. Now, the movie showcase is like, you know, what's new. It's like, you know, you see, it's like, this is the movie showcase. Like, say if it's short, like 15 minutes or 5 minutes, it will appear here. But if it's long, it won't. And you can go to any forms on the site. Like, you can go to the site announcements, the administrator contact, the 3DMM chat. I sometimes go to 3DMM chat and 3DMM releases. Off-topic chat, Robot House, they sometimes change that, you know. Art gallery, classic threads, what they deleted, and the testing form. And they got more here. They got Mark Forms Read. That doesn't take me anywhere. You can view the form leaders who work the site. These are the moderators. It tells you which forms they're usually on. You can contact them by sending private messages here. There's the administrator space scope there. And here are the super moderators. We have Gorosaurus, HMC, handmade character, Phil Williamson. Now, Phil Williamson is a good helper to help me. He helps me post up the mods and post up links to 3DMM files. So he's a good helper. He's nice to me. He understands about me, so he's really a nice guy. Although he's a lot older than me, but he's still a nice guy anyway. But some of these people are not. But, you know, that's just them. Some people on here some people just like taking the mickey out of me. They always like picking on me. It's like, oh, they just like to pick on me. Like tell jokes and pick on people. That's what they do on here. I know it's not really good, but that's what they do on here. But I don't do it. Oh yeah, and by the way, I know I shouldn't tell you this, but listen. A lot of these people on here, like grown-ups, like to talk about rude things too. Like, you know, they like to talk about rude, dirty stuff. You know, like, they like to talk about rude, dirty stuff. Like, stuff, you know, about, rude things. Like, they just like to be dirty and rude on this site. Because they talk about something that they like to do, and they post threads and pictures and videos about it. And by the way, you shouldn't really look at rude and dirty stuff like pictures, like what grown-ups are posted, because that's dirty, kids. So don't ever do that. Because whenever I see a dirty picture of, you know, of a, you know, a rude. Whenever I see a dirty picture of a man's, you know what do? Ignore it or get off it because it's not safe. So whenever you see something dirty on there, like, you know, like a man's bare bum or anything rude like that, like a man's bare bum or anything to do with dirty stuff, just don't look at it. Just ignore them, because people like doing that because they're grown-ups. Although they talk about rude things like dirty things, it's not good for kids. So please do not look at them unless you're grown-up. So do not. But don't worry, kids, this site is safe. It really is safe. But whenever you see some rude things, you shouldn't look at them. So trust me. I know I've seen people look at I know I've seen some dirty films all about dirty stuff and what grown-ups do, but just ignore them. It's nothing to do with kids, it's just to do with them, because they're a bunch of creeps. So anyway, yeah, that's the form leaders. You can review the banned users again here. It shows you all of them. Shows you the reason. So yeah, that's the banned users. Okay, sorry about that. Someone came in then. So anyway, yeah, you've seen the banned users. So we almost learned anything. We almost learned everything on this site, but there's only a few more you should learn. Okay. Now at the bottom of the screen, you could see this here. Now sometimes this change. This is just some posts like what people do. Now I'll show you what it means. I'm not going to show you all, but sometimes people do dirty, rude stuff like that. You see, you could see Pikachu's, you know what. I'm not going to say it because it's rude, but you get the idea, kids. People on here are just dirty. They like doing that, but I find it revolting. I find it stupid. But the best thing to do is just ignore them and don't talk to them or trust them, because that's what I do. Although they like to talk about it, but it's not best for you to look at it. See? It's like someone wearing naked clothes. Please do not look at these, because they're not for kids. Okay? It just seems wrong. See, like that. I mean, come on, that's stupid. Who thought of that? Okay, so anyway, I'm not gonna look at this, because it's just rude. So anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, this sometimes changes. So please do not look at this thread, okay? Stay away from it, kids. Just stay away from it. Oh, and by the way, if you want to contact someone for help, you click this button here. But this function has been disabled by SpaceGoat, the administrator, because it's not there anymore. Now the RSS feed, I don't know what that is about. Yeah, I really don't. It's the same thing. FAQ. I really don't know what this is, but it tells you how to do it. So you can read this if you want to. What is it? How is it? Tells you how to do it. So read that, kids, if you want to know how to do it. And as for the top, you can go to the top of the page. So yeah, that's basically a quick way of getting around. Oh, and these arrows you're seeing here, you can just click them to disable that. You know, hide these. They're just like for hiding, but don't click on them, because I don't normally click on them. Sometimes I click on these arrows just to review the last post, like this. Takes you to the last post. I mean, that's the last post. Now, although a lot of people swear on this site, but I'm not really that common. I don't really use dirty words, so I'm not a swearer. I don't say the F word or the S word or the B word. I never ever say those words. I never ever say it on Toontown. I never ever say it on anything. But these people do. I don't know why, because it's disgusting. But sometimes they use them in their movies, but I like to pretend they're just not there. Just pretend they're censored, kids. It doesn't mean anything. So, yeah. Now, hold on. Now, I nearly finished now. Now, hold on. Now, whenever you see post a reply, I really don't know what this does. I don't really know. So I really don't know what post reply does. So, and kids, if you don't know what post reply does, don't click on it. And this button here, report bad post, you don't click on that. Well, you can't, because it's disabled by the administrator anyway. You can quote it. You can quote this post if you want to by talking to him. You can rate the mod if you want. You can quick reply to the new message. But oh yeah, and when you registered, you could post any comment. Now listen, when you registered the 3DMN site, you can get help by posting up threads and comments like this. This is just a test. I'm not going to post it up, but look. You put whatever you want to say there, and you click post quick reply. You click this button to disable the signature, or you can go in it, advanced like this. So yeah, but I suggest not leaving posts because that's spamming, and again, you don't want to get banned. And plus, I did it before, and plus, you see, this is 2016, and look at the date down there. See? And also another thing, it's not good leaving. It's not good writing. It's not good commenting on posts old. Say if the post was about 2014 and you're commenting it now on a bump. You're actually bumping the thread with posts. And you shouldn't really post threads that was bumping, because that's wrong. Oh yeah, and this down here, you're wondering, this down here, the posting rules, you need to read these. I don't know what it does, but it tells you how to use the codes. See, it tells you how to use the code list of the fonts and stuff for the emails and stuff. That's what it says there. See, it says it here. There's the usage. There's the email. Yeah, I don't think that exists anyway. That's probably Space Goats. I don't know. But anyway, thread linking stuff, you know. Music. Oh yeah, and a video. There's a usage of 3DMM TV's video. This is an example of it.
Yeah, I know.
See? There's there's another one. There's a Bandcamp enable. That's some music. There's a Daily Motion video. I don't know if that works. No, there you go. It does. It does. There's a music test again.
They called it the war to end all wars. They called it the London. A dog slept in the yard.
So yeah, that's just a story. This is a Monty Python clip. This is the Funny or Die video. See, obviously it is Monty Python, so yeah, basically it really is. So yeah, so it's basically Monty Python. Not a fan of Monty Python. There's the Google video. Google video is not available anymore. Sin, that's what if you do. Those are singing notes, like if you want to sing a song. Sketchfab is a modeling software. If you look, it's a 3D model. It's a modeling software. You can do that. You'll see it now. You'll see the 3D model now. Hang on, it's loading. Just give it a minute. See, there you go. There's the 3D model of the dinosaur moving. It's like Autodesk it is, but you know, it's pretty good too. The sound, a wave sound, says so there, wave sound. You can post up sounds if you want, wave sounds, but you know.
And there was much rejoicing.
So yeah, you know what I mean? Here's another one.
Only who can prevent forest fires? You pressed U, referring to me. That is incorrect.
I don't know where that's from. The Simpsons? I have no idea. SoundCloud. You have to visit SoundCloud to do that. because I'm not registered. Spoiler, some people do spoilers. Some people do spoilers, so you can see there it's in black boxes because it's spoilers. Some people do that on my posts, and to view them you just click like that. Shows you what it is. Okay? Lines through. Thumbnails, you can post up your thumbnails. That's the 3dmm.com award 2007. Trip. Those are trips. I don't know what that is. Here's another video about a. Here's another video. And by the way, I hate to say this, but it's basically a dirty thing what people like. So just take a look at it quick. You'll probably see what I mean. See, look at that. You know what that is? Everyone's a critic. Don't worry, that's plastic. And this is a Vindemoo video, which sometimes I post my videos up to Vindemoo. And this is the usage. This is an example, by the way.
I don't think go on. Winning the popularity survivor because, well, I made 3DMM Game Show, and 3DMM Game Show 2 future 3DMM Award winner for best movie.
There's the 3dmm.com.
Hey, that's great. Get out of here. Shooter, over here.
There's the 3dmm.com Awards 2008. Yeah, I think so. I'm not going to watch it all. And there's the Vine video, which I don't watch.
Whoa.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's just like that. And finally, this is the YouTube video with Jeremy Clarkson, Top Gear on, you know, beatbox.
I've got a record player.
But this is just a example again. You know, people do that. It's like they put on. Here's an example of the film. This is the usage.
Oh, you could put that out.
Do.
You could put that
And
on
by the way, I
iTunes
like
now
this
and make 79p from someone downloading it.
Yeah, someone has.
Jeremy Clarkson beatbox.
Yeah, very cool. So yeah, that's what the codexes do. So yeah, there you go. So that's what the VH code. The smileys codes. These are all the smileys on 3dmm.com. There's the what types you use. There they all are. Tells you what they are there. The image code, I showed you what that is anyway. I showed you what the image code is anyway. And the HMT code, that's just a link. So yeah, now you've learned everything about 3DMM. So yeah, now you're all ready to go. So that's the 3DMM site. So have fun and enjoy making 3DM movies. Oh, and by the way, if you want to create new threads on 3DMM sites, feel free to. Just click this here if you're stuck, but you know. And by the way, if you want to create new threads on the site, you can. Okay, so if you're stuck or something, but I suggest looking at the threads what's already there so you can learn. I mean, this page here is for kids. It shows you how to download 3DMM and stuff and learn. So yeah. So you're ready to learn. And this button is to go back to the homepage, of course. Now, they don't just... now, this is not just... Now, say if you want to download more utilities as well, sometimes some utilities might not be on this page. So you have to go to links and click 3DMM Studio. You go there, and then you click utilities, and you download whatever you want there. And you can download sounds too and stuff, you know, I mean, all movies and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's what you do. So yeah, this has been this has been my tutorial on about 3DMM, about getting started on 3DMM. So now you're ready to make 3DMM movies with 3D Movie Maker. So have fun and enjoy. And this is Funny Bones signing off, saying goodbye.